So here we go. This is part 1, everybody.
Seen it, count money in my dream. Yeah. Open it up. Open it up. Crisscross jump. With a bell in the trunk. Shells in the palm. Shells in the palm. Crisscross jump. Seen it, count money in my dream. Yeah. Open it up.
So here, yeah, here we go. The first one, of course, for Midorima. I got Midorima as Clay Thompson. The reason because is he's a catch and shoot player and he's really really good at it. And who is like that? Clay Thompson. So that's why on top of that he's also a decent defender, like a pretty above average defender. So that's also something Clay Thompson does really well. So that's the first one. Now moving on. Next, I've got Kagami as Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's because both of them are big men who, like James Harden said, rely on running and dunking rather than skill. Both of them are also amazing rim protectors and they can block all shots. So, yeah, great scorers, can dunk on everyone and block shots. That's why I've got Giannis as Kagami. Then we have Murasaki Bara as Shaq because he's absolutely dominant inside, can dunk on everyone, do whatever. And both of them are known for breaking backboards. Next up, Kisei is LeBron James because both these guys can do anything on the court. Okay, like even LeBron, he's not the greatest in any one particular thing, but if you take scoring, he's top 5, rebounds, also, or I'd say top 10 is more reasonable, right? I don't know the exact stats. Now he's number 1 in scoring. But yeah, he's top 10 in scoring, like, in points scored, in assists, in rebounds. I think in blocks and steals also, some stats like that. But he's the top in like everything. So yeah, even though he doesn't necessarily copy as such, he's like an all-rounder. So playstyle wise, he's very close to Kisei. Then yeah, the only thing is, of course, in terms of how reliable they are, that's the complete opposite. Kisei is very injury prone. LeBron, on the other hand, is known for having, like, having the longest longevity of any NBA player. Okay, but yeah, playstyle, they're very similar. Normal Akashi is Chris Paul. He's a really good ball handler, great passer. He makes everyone on his team better. And then we have Emperor Akashi as Kyrie Irving because he can easily cross up people, break ankles at will pretty much. But he has a lot of mood swings, unreliable. That's what it is. And finally we have finally we have Aomide as Kobe. So yeah, that's mainly because of his not wanting to pass and his crazy scoring. And of course, he's a good defensive player on top of that. So there we have it, guys. Now it's time to go to actually wait. I think let's also have a look at part 2, and then we'll start with the comments. So here comes part 2 on counting editing. Open it up.
crisscross jump. With a bell in the trunk. Shells in the palm. Shells in the palm. Crisscross jump. Seen it, count money in my dream. Open it up.
Of course, the first one we have out here is Hanamiya. So his team is basically like the Bad Boys Pistons in the Jordan era. Very dirty, physical, like to injure opponent players. And as the leader, the point guard of the team, someone who can play dirty but can also play, otherwise. That is Hanamiya out here. Next, we've got Mibuchi, Ray Allen. So, like, you know how Mibuchi has that earth shot which is meant to draw fouls? I think Ray Allen also had this thing of kicking out his leg to draw fouls on a 3-point shot. Apart from that, they're both again catch and shoot 3-point players. Next, of course, we have Hayama. I had him as Iverson because he's got the deadly crossover and he's fast. Nebuya is again Zion Williamson because he's extremely strong for his size and can bully ball big men. Same thing with Zion. Then we have Kiyoshi as Nikola Jokic. You know, the center. He plays Paka post and all that. But he's also an amazing playmaker, can shoot threes also once in a while. So yeah, basically that's what it is. I know, like, the way Nikola Jokic played in these playoffs, he probably deserves more than uncrowned king, but this is going just on play style, okay? And no one matches Jokic's play style better than Kiyoshi. I'm saying that for, like, everyone. Because even, yeah, compared to Clay Medorimo, it's way more OP. And yeah, Himuro I've had as KD because he's smooth fundamental stuff and unstoppable on the shots. I guess that could have been someone else, but yeah, we had that. And then now for part 3, just for one specific person, for Kuroko.
Seen it, count money in my dream. Open it up. Open it up. Crisscross jump. With a bell in the trunk. Shells in the palm. Shells in the palm. Seen it, count money in my dream. Open it up.
So again, coming here, the first one we got is Kuroko. The first 2 parts I did, everyone was like, where is Kuroko? Where is Kuroko? So yeah, here he is. It took me long enough to find a player who plays like Kuroko. But now Muggsy Bogues it is. Just give me a second. Yep. Yeah. Okay, yeah. We're back. Then we have Nash Gold as Larry Bird. Again, like, known for trash talking a lot. Can pass, can score, can do a lot of things. Now that I think about it more, I should have had Nash Gold as Michael Jordan probably. But yeah. Then of course Jason Silva as Will Chamberlain. as like Aomine speed with Murasaki Bara strength and that kind of thing. Will Chamberlain, if you think Shaq dominated, Will was even crazier. So that's Jason Silva for you.
With a bell in the trunk.
Then Hyuga, I mean not Hyuga, who's that? Sakurai, JJ Redick, another catch and shoot player, great quick release and stuff.
Shells in the palm.
Then Hyuga with Luka Doncic. At that time, when I made this, Luka wasn't as great as he is right now. So again, deadly step back shooter, also a great leader of their team. So that is what it is. Yeah. So now that we're done with this, let's get to the comments, shall we? So now
Count money
we're out
in
here
my
in part
dream.
one. There are 253 comments. Of course, I'm not going to go through all of them, just the top ones. The most common ones. Some are just like straight up absurd. So yeah, let's go. So yeah, now I guess you can see this clearly. Of course, the most common one is they want Midorima as Steph Curry. Now I get it for the range, but that's about where it ends. The range. Steph Curry, he does play off ball and all that. He can catch and shoot also, but a lot of his shooting comes off the dribble. And Steph Curry isn't exactly known as a great defender. He's probably average. So yeah, I think only this range. I think Midorima is so OP that it's basically Clay Thompson's defense, catch and shoot, but with Steph Curry range. So if you just take play style, for me, I personally I feel Clay Thompson is a better one. Again, like the Kuroko ones. And then there's this. I think KD suits Aomine better. As we come to think of it, probably yeah. You know, that's quite possible. You could also swap Kobe and KD. You know, KD is Aomine and Kobe is Himuro. Himuro again known for having a crazy work ethic and then going after Shaq all the time to work hard. Actually, that makes perfect sense. I guess you should just swap them. Except, yeah, KD does pass the ball. Again, Aomine, Michael Jordan, Kise, Kobe Bryant. I wouldn't really say Kise is Kobe Bryant like that. Or actually, I mean, on two ways it could make sense. Firstly, the copying, secondly, injury. But Aomine, Michael Jordan. Hmm. Michael Jordan, I think, was known more for, jumping like crazy than for making, you know, trick shots and that kind of stuff. Say Kobe Bryant could work. But when you think of Kobe, you think just of scoring, not of like an all round game like Kisei. The Nakashi, Chris Paul, and Kyrie Irving, Kagami, Blake Griffin. I guess maybe man before injury, Blake Griffin, yes. LeBron. See, like again, Kagami is also not an all rounder like LeBron James. Then Murasak Barashak, Midori Makari, we already went into that. Kuroko John Stockton. See, there are so many examples people saying Kuroko this, that, but I don't think any of them really suited until someone said Muggsy Bogues. Midorima, Larry Bird, what? Kagami, Michael Jordan. But then again, Michael Jordan wasn't playing like a big man. That's why I'm saying, like his defense was more steals than blocks, if that makes sense. And he was also like a deadly mid-range scorer with a lot of turnarounds, this thing, that thing. His game wasn't just like dominance and dunking like Kagami's, I feel. Okay. Again, one more Kagami, Blake Griffin, Midori Maclay, yes. Murasaki Bara, David Robinson. I guess that could, but then again, yeah, I think just Shaq is way more famous than him, so I just went with Shaq. Kise and Mine, alright. Again, Kobe and Jordan. I feel like Kagami should be Ja Morant because they both have an electric and explosive play style. Again, if you look at Ja Morant, one of his weaknesses is defense. He is not known as the best defender, and and I think the similarity between Kagami and Ja Morant ends at them being able to jump high. And in Kuroko no Basket again, Kagami is a big man. Ja Morant is a point guard, so that's like two opposites. How many MJ, Kobe? Kagami is LeBron. Morris Akbar, Shaq, Midorima is Curry again. Is the same thing. Or Kagami is Zach Levine. Again, Zach. Yeah, Zach. Actually, now you could probably say more like that because I think Zach Levine is now more of a plays more defense right now, I guess. But then again, like Kagami is like ultimate. Like even Nakashi without the zone couldn't score on him. So I think Giannis is like more accurate. hmm Okay, how Mine is more closely based on Allen Iverson. I guess that could also be true, except for the part about defense, where Allen Iverson, I don't think he was exactly known for defense. But yeah, he's also known for doing crazy shots, being extremely fast, and for street ball, of course. And yes, he has his famous practice quote. No one can reach Michael Jordan, the GOAT. No, now as I said, now that I think about it, Nash Gold might be there. Okay. Now we have same things. They say Kagami is Michael Jordan again. So I think we've already talked about that. How many is LeBron? Now I would say LeBron. LeBron is known as a playmaker. Playmaker first, scorer next. So that definitely not. And it's not like LeBron does trick shot kind of stuff. Most of the shots LeBron takes are simple like dunks, layups, or like open jump shots and stuff. For the most part, once in a while he'll do something fancy, but not like Aumine. Definitely not. Akashi is Jason Williams. I wouldn't say that. Not at all. Except that one pass. Because again, you look at it, Jason Williams, I think he's more like Kuroko than Akashi. Where Jason Williams wasn't exactly known for scoring, or like crossing up people. Actually, yeah, he was known for crossing up people, but not exactly scoring. Mostly for passing, whereas Akashi is like, both scoring, passing, and he's like a leader and floor general, that type of a player. I would say Jason Williams like has skill, but he's not exactly the kind of coach on floor type of player. Anyway, see here goes Kuroko and Jason Williams. I think that's more, accurate. Akashi, Akashi as Iverson. Nah, I wouldn't. That's quite far from this thing because again, Akashi is a very hardworking, dedicated kind of, and kind of thinks yeah, he's not the street ball fun kind of guy. He's like super serious and again a great passer. Maybe Emperor I could be Allen Iverson, but yeah, for just the ankle breaking part. But I'd say for the most part, I wouldn't go with that. Heroin again, Kisei Kobe, Yao Murasaki Bara, Yao Ming in Shaq's body. Ah, I like that one. Oh, man, Black Jesus. Kuroko is based off Steve Nash. Then again, I'd be like, nah. Nash also scored, okay, he won MVP and all. That is Kuroko Tim Duncan. That's, I think, the most crazy take out here. Because, dude, come on, Tim Duncan was like he could play make too, but he used to score, okay, and he was a big man. Completely opposite of Kuroko. Case how many can go. Yeah, I mean, it can go either KD or Kobe. But his trick shots come from Curry. Oh, no, Curry shoots trick shots from further out, further out. But yeah, he's done a lot of those. But I wouldn't say over and all the exact play style is like Curry. Some of his trick shots might be there, but those same behind the backboard and all. Even KD has done, Kyrie has done, Kobe has done, Iverson has done. Yeah, regular Akashi is Irving. No, 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 no. Kyrie Irving, okay, maybe pre-Boston Kyrie Irving, the Cavs version. Now that I think of it, you could just have Akashi as one fellow Kyrie Irving. The original Akashi is Kyrie on the Cavs, and Emperor Akashi would be Boston and beyond. Again, Allen Iverson, Pedonima is Clay, Kiyoshi is Kawhi. I think Jokic matches better because Kawhi isn't exactly known as a playmaker. The one similar thing is they both have big hands and can palm the ball, and move it around like that. Saying that Kiyoshi should be Kawhi because of the wise claw that won this thing is like again like saying Akashi should be Jason Williams just because of the elbow pass. Jason Silver could also be Shaq, but yeah, if we're putting Murasaki Bara as Shaq, Jason Silver is going to be Wilt. Nash Gold is probably based on Steve Nash for the name, probably. So yeah, what about my boy Curry? See, the thing with Curry is I can't find a Kuroko no basket player to compare him to because he's too crazy of a shooter. This anime was made way before Curry got famous. Okay, like I think if I'm not wrong, I think the manga was like 2008 9. The anime came out in like 12 13. So I'd say the manga before Curry was even drafted in the NBA. So probably people in Japan didn't even know who Steph Curry was. And then the anime came in 2012 13. So at that time Curry was there, but for the most part he was just injured. He didn't even play much at that time. I think Curry really took off in like 2015. So yeah, that's why no one shoots as crazy as Steph Curry over there because he's got Midorima's range with Sakurai's quick release, with Hyuga step backs, and yeah, what else? I mentioned a lot of stuff here, I think. Yeah, so yeah. Okay, yeah. Anyways, just check that. And yeah, he can pretty much dribble like Akashi as well at that end. So now we got Kuroko, Manu Ginobili, Jason Williams. Fair enough. Kagami, Vince Carter, Blake Griffin, Midorima, Curry, and Ray Allen. Ray Allen's probably closer than Curry. I think, though, seriously, Klay Thompson is the closest. Kisei, Kobe Bryant, and Larry Bird. I don't know why Larry Bird for Kisei, because, yeah, no, kind of, yes, he also can score and he passes. But yeah, he also, I guess that's probably why. Anyway, Mine, Michael Jordan, and LeBron James. This is crazy. Murasaki Bara, Shaq, and Wilt, Akashi, Magic Johnson, Iverson, and Kyrie Irving. I think just Kyrie Irving would do in that. Because come on, even Kyrie Irving is capable of passing really well. And if I have to say, I think Kyrie Irving definitely has better handles than Iverson. Talking strictly handles. Iverson has one move that's better, and he was faster, more athletic. So with that one simple move, he could get past defenders way better than Kyrie Irving can. But if you're talking pure handles, I'd still say Kyrie is better. That's probably why Akashi for Kyrie, because Akashi isn't more of speed and such. His is like handles, reading the defender, and doing moves. So I'd say that's more of Kyrie. Add in that the mood swings and all. So yeah, let's move on. Curry, Medorima, Shaq, Silver. Yeah, actually, Will Chamberlain and Shaq, Silver and Murasaki Bara, you can swap them because these two are quite similar. But I had Shaq as Murasaki Bara because of course everyone knows him first. Most casuals don't think of Will Chamberlain first thing because he's a very old age player. And then Silver as well because he comes in later and people realize better than Shaq probably. Also, just like Jason Silver plays on a streetball team, Will Chamberlain, he used to play for the Harlem Globetrotters back when the NBA didn't allow black players. So that's probably why I made that. But yeah, any of them could be any of them. GOM are based on players from before the 2000s. I think more like up to mid 2000s. But yeah, if you had to go before that, not counting Clay, Curry, and all, yeah, Medorima probably Bird. Or I'd say more like Ray Allen because Bird was also known for talking a lot of trash. So I'd put some other trash talker as Bird because that's like his most famous thing, rather than just shooting 3 pointers. Plus, Larry Bird at that time, nobody else really shot threes, but even Bird wasn't a 3 point specialist as such. His game was in fact quite similar to this guy, Magic Johnson. Then Kagami MJ, just because he dunks on everyone, he already went into that. I mean, AI. He say Magic Johnson, but yeah, Magic Johnson was like the LeBron James before LeBron James. So that's also good enough if you're taking up to mid 2000s when, but yeah, LeBron was playing, but he wasn't half as good as he is right now, right? So yeah, I'd probably say Magic Johnson's quite a good, close enough, you know. Murasaki Bara Shaq, of course. Akashi is the only original concept. Huh? See, if we have to go pre 2000s, but yeah, actually, I mean, I think Akashi would have probably been a combination of different players at that point. But today we have a proper comparison. So like Akashi is a combination of Jason Williams' passings, AI's handles, and Kobe's work ethic. So Shaq was mean guy who didn't hold back against anyone. Murasaki Bara is a big softy who will be more suited to Dwight Howard. And it's not like Murasaki Bara holds back either. He's just a lazy guy. So, like, as you saw in Seren, he did go off when he actually found competition. For the most part, he thinks it's not worth it. And I'd say Shaq to some point was like that. In the sense, of course, in games he played properly because he's playing against NBA players, okay? Like, every team is worth it over there. But again, in practice and all, he wasn't that going that crazy. Mhm. Kisei Clay. See, that's got to be the craziest take ever. Okay, these two have nothing in similar. Omine Tracy McGrady, that's also possible. It's also, but yeah, again, Tracy McGrady is not, let's say, someone as famous as Kobe or even KD. And sad fellow, his career also got cut short due to injury. Damn, this is a long list of comments, man. So yeah, he is saying exactly what I also thought of. I think one Kyrie is enough for Akashi. Huh. So I think, damn, that's got to be enough for part one. Okay, we've gone through all the top comments. Now let's go to part two. See what people got to say here. Hmm. Here only 44 comments. We'll go through this quickly. Nebuya is more like Steven Adams since he's just pure strength. That's also possible, but yeah, true though. And like, but at that time, firstly, I think Zion, Steven Adams both work. But Steven Adams also has the height, which I think Nebuya isn't exactly that tall compared to the other centers in KNB. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, I kind of thought Kiyoshi would be Charles Barkley. I don't know. Charles Barkley again. Kiyoshi isn't exactly short compared to others. Charles Barkley was famous for that. I don't think Charles Barkley was known as a great passer though, which is like Kiyoshi's main thing. He's like a point center. That's why I think Jokic would be more this thing, more appropriate. How many years mix of Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson, and Michael Jordan? True, I mean, most of them are a mix of different players, but I'm like, if I had to select one per player, then that's where it goes. Oh, wait, battery is down. Give me a moment. Let me just plug this in. Damn it. Okay, and now we're back. Where were we? Yeah, just don't mind. Yeah, so let's get back to the comments. Again, Midori Makari, Blake Griffin. Okay. And most of them are saying the same thing as the first one. Zion is Jason Silver from the movie. No, I wouldn't put him at that level also in terms of dominance. Zion is just very strong as such. He doesn't have the height, I'd say. He's strong and athletic, but one thing he's missing is the height. That's why I think Will Chamberlain, from all the stories I've heard about him, he's probably about as strong as Zion, way more athletic and taller. I missed Hakashi and Aomine. See, go watch part one, man. Kuroko. That'll be in part three. Everyone wants Kuroko here. See, LeBron is Kagami again. Da-da-da. Aomine is Kyrie. Nah, Kyrie isn't known for playing defense, man. Apart from that, I can see the. I don't know that way Kyrie is close, but I'd say someone like Kobe is closer. Probably Iverson is also very close. Basically, it's like Kobe and Iverson. You take a bit from both of their games and put it, you'll get Aomine. Because in some ways, Aomine is the opposite of Iverson. In some ways, he is the opposite of Kobe also. You know, as an Iverson isn't the best of defenders, and Kobe is never someone who will slack off. You can't compare superpowered humans with real humans. See, but the superpowers are based on real people, right? At the end of the day, it's just a fun thing, man. Kuroko. See, everybody asking for Kuroko. So now let's go to part three. Here, only 14 comments. Luca is way too OP compared to Hyuga. Steve Kerr could be Hyuga. That's possible. You put Kuroko in part 3. Well, come on, it took me long enough to find an accurate comparison. Williams, well, here it is. Okay, yeah. So that's about it for the Kuroko no Basuke this thing. So yeah, that's about it for the Kuroko no Basket comments reaction. You got what I think about these ones. So now let me see if you guys have any comments, questions in the comments, and then we'll answer them. You know what I'm saying? Vishal M. Shekhar, the Zach Lavine thing made me realize Kagami might be Aaron Gordon. Well, that's quite possible. Zach Lavine, Aaron Gordon. But yeah, I'd say based on yeah, because playstyle they those two are also quite similar, but in terms of impact on the game and all that, Giannis is still the first option I'd go with. hmm So that's about. Let's look what more questions do we. What more questions do we have? So excited for Chandrayaan 3 launch. Yeah, that's good stuff. I watched the launch. I watched video of that. So that's great for us. And next, slam dunk is Vedant for real. Slam dunk. See, I don't see as many people interested in slam dunk as they are in Kuroko no basket. And nowadays, it's like people aren't even that interested in Kuroko no basket. Like my Kuroko no basket videos used to get like a crazy amount of views, 100 each day and all that. Now it's like nowhere near that close. It's like 20 to 30 each day. So I think even the interest in Kuroko no basket in general is kind of going down slowly, which is why I'm trying to switch from that to something else. More of actual real time basketball, normal NBA moves, tutorials, and or other just fun stuff. I'm trying out a bunch of different things, seeing what works. And yeah, now we have another question. How do you get a sense of aim and distance when you change your set point to very, very high like Kobe Bryant? I think for that, see, I myself do not shoot with a very, very high release point unless I'm very close to the basket. The thing is, how would you get a great sense of distance with that? That's probably down to practice. Start close to the rim. When you're close to the rim, you can get a good distance of whatever. Slowly go one step back. This way you will practice. And then I think it'll eventually become this thing. You would be able to get a sense of the distance. Like, I think it just takes practice basically. So now, are you ready for the big surprise? We're going to have a music video. That's what I was thinking of. Of course, it's not ready yet. So I'll just show. Like the main lyrics part of it is like it's not done properly. We need to do the music part. The video is kind of pretty much done. I'll show you a small glimpse of it, you know? Where is this? Why is this not showing, man? Okay. Here goes. I guess you can see this. Hey, Ma! So here we go. That's about the video coming next week. So stay tuned.